Ladies and gentlemen, from the home of former Senator J. Rockefeller, the President of the United States. Good afternoon. I'm sorry to break from our traditional programming today. I wasn't expecting to have such fanfare going out to Marine One and then Air Force One. But I am glad to speak to you today. 2 days ago, I had a conversation with the U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Madeleine Albright. We have decided to step up our involvement with negotiations in The Hague. Tomorrow, negotiations will take place with the president of each company or prime minister sending at least 2 representatives. I have decided to send Richard Holbrooke and Madeleine Albright to this negotiation in The Hague. Last week, I sent Secretary of State Warren Christopher. Now, that being said, I have made some determinations. On the 27th of September, the United States is sitting out the negotiations regarding Crete simply because my advisors feel like with the budget battle coming up this fall that we have to give some of Europe the burden for resolving this thing with Bosnia. We've always been happy to hop on board and see what we can do. We will carry as much of the burden as we can, but we rely on our allies to do the same. I'm open for 5 questions. Yes, sir.
Reggie Avalon from the Marlington Times. My question to you, Mr. President, is this. With the Bosnia situation being the way it is, are you hoping that peace can be negotiated in The Hague at this time?
It's going to take a little bit more than that. The Serbs are starting to give ground, but I'm not going to say that this is going to be any easier on any of us. But with the United Nations getting The Hague involved, that tells me something. That Slobodan Milosevic persecuting the Muslims and the like, those days are numbered. We as the American people, through our ambassadors, we need to send a message to that extent. Yes, sir.
Edward Corsell of the Andrew House Show. My question to you is this, Mr. President. What have you considered about the situation in Whitewater? And what is the latest update, your feelings about the House Banking Committee having acquitted you of wrongdoing?
I am very enthused. I am very cheerful. I think when it all is over, I will not be found with any wrongdoing. It's like I've always said, and I will say it even until the end of my first term, or hopefully even the second term, until this charade ends. It was a bad investment, and we are sorry for those who have lost money. We really are. Yes, sir.
Elon Corduroy, Marlington Times. My question to you is this, sir, Mr. President. You met with CEOs to help spur the economic growth. Can you describe this, what happened at that meeting?
I wanted to spread goodwill to encourage the CEOs to spread goodwill to their publics. No excuses, no exceptions. We need to start creating jobs. We need to start creating economic growth. And that is where we're at. Yes.
Helen Kravitz from the Society page. My question to you is this. Have you heard any more about the Paula Jones case? And one last question.
It has to be the last question, honey.
My last question is this. What do you have to say about these allegations?
First of all, let me clear this once again. I did not sexually harass Paula Jones, and I never asked anybody to lie. Second of all, we are meeting with our attorneys to try to negotiate the best solution possible. So far, we're confident that Paula Jones is going to get bogged down in the courts. If you don't mind, I got a vacation to enjoy.